those things as well. All right. My name is Tasha Smutney. I am a double gold consultant as well as a 2-time IATAN card holder. We're going to talk tonight. You've started team building, you're in the process, you're wanting to get to that next step. Maybe you have members, maybe you don't have any yet, but you're wanting to get to silver, which is the point where you do become a leader. And then, that is our, stepping stone to get to those higher ranks. Okay. So first, I just want to start with like a little conversation. You can type in the chat. That would be great. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? So I know where you're at, so we know where to go. And then we're just going to have a conversation about where you're at, obstacles, what we can do. All right. So, for me, I do a lot of posting on Facebook. I do reels. I'm using some, all different avenues. I like to use lots of avenues because I don't want to leave anything unturned. Right. Bink said she's doing help wanted ads. Tashi is posting on Facebook and in groups. Lisa, type from you. Where are you posting? And everybody who told me they're posting or doing things, how often are you doing those things? Facebook and in groups, right? When we do get started in team building, a lot of times we talk just about Facebook. We've talked about some other things, but Facebook seems to be the easiest for people to get into, right? Katie says talking to everyone, some posting or responding on Facebook and LinkedIn, also doing ads. Lisa needs to start going some more. Absolutely. All right. We're going to talk about some of this. Let me know, what are your obstacles been in either finding prospects to attend meetings or getting that follow through or people staying? What obstacles do you find? For me, I'm finding that some of the people, or sometimes a lot of the people who come to meetings, they still have the mindset of they're getting hired for a job. And that's not necessarily what we want the message to be when we're trying to draw people in, because that's not what it is, right? Katie said getting a response after they attend the meeting or even responding if they don't show. Absolutely. When people don't want to tell you no or tell you a negative answer, they'll just ignore you. Some people also think, I didn't show up, I lost my chance. Okay. So when someone doesn't show up, always, we can offer that reschedule opportunity, right? Tashi said people don't read the full post and they're assuming it's a 9 to 5. Absolutely. Telling me they're detailed oriented, but missed that I put 1099 commission-based opportunity. Right. We want to be making sure we're putting this out there as a business opportunity. Start your own business. Work from home, be your own boss. Commission-based when we can post those things. I know that when we do things sometimes on LinkedIn, they don't allow us to put commission-based. Unless you're really creative about how you put that in there. Okay. Big said, yes, all these things. Absolutely. As a team builder, it can be very frustrating. And it can feel like you're doing things wrong when really it's not. It's not the right fit for these people that we're going to quit no matter what you did anyway. Right? Now, that being said, if people are coming to us for help and we're not helping them, we're not giving them the resources, we're not showing them where to go for those resources, then we relook at our mentoring skills. But if it's truly, it's not the right fit for them, so they don't join, or that they join and then do absolutely nothing and then they quit, that's not on us. So don't ever take those things personal. All right. But we're going to really start looking at as a team, and as well, we can do a little tonight. Like, how do we make sure we're targeting the right people? Okay. So I have a sense of where people are at. And when you say all the way, or when you see that, what are your team building goals? What's your immediate goal? Right? For me, my immediate goal, I would like to get double gold back. I'm a double gold consultant, but I don't currently have the numbers on that line to be being paid double gold pay. I get paid for one of my gold accounts. That's my immediate goal, is to get that other $1,000 income back monthly. My other goal is to get all of my accounts up to at least 20 people on each one. And my goal is platinum right now. That is my big picture goal, is to get myself to platinum. All right. So what are your goals? Either an immediate one or ones down the line. So when you say to build a team and have people stay and keep going up, be more specific. Where do you want to be? Are you somebody that, hey, I want my fee covered so that, but I want to shoot for silver so that I always have a buffer to make sure that I always get my fee covered? Some people, that's why they want silver, so that they always have a buffer for bronze. Okay. All right. So Lisa's now clarified, would like to get the fee covered and continue to silver. Right. Bink, immediate, you want 6 in that downline, cover that fee. Absolutely. Then you want gold, and you eventually want to get to platinum. All right. Katie's not so worried about her numbers right now. She wants to make sure she's a good mentor and that she's helping the people she has, and then grow more. Totally understandable. All right. Everyone's goals are different. And sometimes that is, how we tackle these things. Tashi just says, my goal is to have a big team with lots of G's in that big. Right. Part of the reason, part of my reason is financial, but part of my reason, honestly, is I love everything about this opportunity. And I want to make sure that people who would benefit from this, and it would change their lives in the way it's changed mine, have the opportunity for it. I'm going to be honest. My favorite part is not finding the people to get them into meetings. I do not love when I have to have conversations where I'm convincing someone this is the right thing. That is not the fun part for me of building a team. I love being able to teach and help people in this business, as well as helping people on both sides, the network marketing, building a team, and also learning about being a travel agent and helping people grow their businesses succeed. But I'm also not ignoring the fact that this can have life-changing financial benefits for me as well. Okay. So there's a little of both. Yes, help others and support travel agents, right? So let's take a look. So the first thing you want to do is we want to take a look at what you've been doing that's been working. Duplicate it, but expand to other platforms. So many of you said Facebook, 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 and we're not doing other things. Okay. Facebook is great. You can build a lot there. It's not our only resource. We want to expand where we're getting our message out. Okay. We might also want to fine tune that message, see which types of ads are getting the most engagement. Use those. See which types of groups are getting the most engagement. Other platforms have groups. Other platforms have different types of people looking for the opportunity. Okay. Here are just some examples. Yes, Facebook. We don't want to ignore Facebook. Facebook has a huge, huge following. But we want to make sure we're targeting the right people on Facebook, right? I was just having this conversation. You know who's most likely to say no? The people that are looking for a job because they're desperate for money. This is not necessarily, the best starting point for them. Something they have to pay for, and potentially it takes a while to get a return on investment. Yes, those people will want to take advantage of it, but they might not be people who are going to stay, right? So we want to think of that. LinkedIn. I honestly think even those of us using LinkedIn are not using it to its full potential. It is not just a place that we can only post job ads. You can post on your profile on LinkedIn. There are groups on LinkedIn, just like in Facebook. And there are potentially more people on there as well that are looking for entrepreneur opportunities and not a job opportunity. Yeah, they're looking for jobs too, but there's business-minded people there. Craigslist is going to cost you, but when I post an ad there, I get a lot of great hits. And on Craigslist, there's less limitations or restrictions on what I can say. I can clearly put 1099 independent contractor, open your own business, commission based. We can put those types of things. Now, we were using Jazz HR, and then they wanted us to pay a really high fee, but there is a free trial. This is something that you would have to create a website, a business website, okay? Michaela has found it needs to be a .com. So when you make some of those, and we're talking about making websites for things, you have to find ones that you can get a server or a domain. I'm sorry, that's a .com. Okay. Hiree is one that has a free or paid account, right? I've used it a little. I feel like I need to explore it a little bit more because some of it feels like here's some suggested people, but you kind of just cold message them. So I'm looking more into that. A lot of people use Nextdoor for travel ads, but you can also use it for opportunity ads. Breezy HR is another one, workable. Don't discredit Instagram and TikTok, any social medias. Katie just said she's also doing post job free. I did one on there and it didn't really go anywhere, but I don't know if I need to promote. It says, gives you the option to promote on like Facebook and LinkedIn and stuff. So that is one, again, things I'm looking into. We're always looking into where there are opportunities to get it out there. All right, keep changing your zip code. Good to know. And mile range. All right. If you want to take a screenshot of this page of these are places you can look into, how can I put myself out there on these places? All right. And that other one is literally just called postjobfree.com. Right. Please do not try things like ZipRecruiter or Indeed without help. Part of the problem is those of us who were using it, it got oversaturated and they're blocking us real quick. Not to say that it is not possible. We also want to be strategic with those types of things though. And if you use your real email and those types of things, you could immediately get blocked from ever using them. So like really formal job boards like that, check in with a leader first before you use them, because we want to be cautious with using them. Unfortunately, they don't like our types of opportunities. Even though they are 100% legit, even though we know that this is a wonderful opportunity, there are other, even travel companies that look like they're set up similar that are not as legit or not as by the book. I'll use those words. Okay. And that's given all network marketing and travel a bad name. So that's why some of those more formal job boards give us a hard time. Okay. but also talking to your mentor, talking to your golds and platinums. Talk about what we're doing so that we can help each other. Okay. Now, part of growing your team is also becoming a leader. Make sure that you are mentoring and helping the people you have. All right. Now, this does not mean babysitting and holding their hands. Leaders don't do for people. Leaders guide people so they can learn on their own. Okay. It's also what I do as a teacher. If I tell my students exactly how to do something and almost giving the answers, they're never going to learn on their own. Our agents are never going to be motivated to do it themselves or learn to stand on their own 2 feet if we do it all for them. All right. Now, in 2 weeks, our training on Team Building Thursday evenings is going to be how to become an extraordinary mentor. We're going to talk about those ways that we help our agents and really go into depth and, about mentoring. But do make sure you're there for the people that are plugging in. We can send reminders about plugging in. Most of you have very small teams right now. You could send individual texts, or you can go in the back office and get their email addresses and send, a BCC email so that it goes to all of them, but you're not sharing their email addresses. And you can send, hey, here's some great trainings this week for new agents and all the Zoom information, right? We can give them the resources. We can't make sure they show up, but they can't say, hey, I didn't realize I could do that. Okay. Simple things like that. When somebody signs up in the first, 24 to 48 hours, send them a text. Hey, just checking in. Are you clear with everything you need to do to get started? Is there anything you need help with? Right? Now, am I going to do that every single week for people? Absolutely not. When you're up with like 100 people or more on your team, you can't do it. I can send, once you're gold, you can send a downline email. But we also can't babysit. People are adults. In the long run, it is their choice what they do with their business, which sometimes is a very frustrating part of being a mentor. Okay. The next thing you can do with becoming a leader, because once you do hit silver, we consider you leadership on our team. Okay. Technically within evolution, it's not till gold is leadership, but honestly, like if you're up at silver, we consider you a leader. Even if you haven't built yourself till silver and you're working on it. And this is open to people who aren't building as well. Our team allows non-builders to do trainings. If you're, 3 months or more in, we want people doing trainings. Getting in front of your agents and others on our team gives them confidence in who they've signed up with, right? Hey, that's my mentor running this training. And for some people, just knowing it's their mentor doing a training might get them into the training if they weren't going to go. Think that's my mentor. I'm going to go to that training because my mentor's running it. Right? Which in the long run is helping all of us and you with their retention. Right? Katie, absolutely. She said, and it gives us confidence in ourselves. Yes. Everyone has something in this business that they've resonated with that they find easier than other people find to do, or that they find themselves really knowledgeable on, that is something other people struggle with. Right? Oh my gosh, Katie, that like tugs at my heart. She said, doing something for me and not just for my family. Right? Everyone has something they can share. Maybe you're really good at, making cool looking Google Docs, or, you know, maybe you make itineraries for your clients on Canva, or whatever, or another way that you make them, and your clients have given you great feedback on, oh my gosh, I love the way that this itinerary looks. It's so awesome, right? Maybe you use a different organization system that we haven't talked about, and someone's going to go on that training and be like, that's the one I need. That's the organizational system I've been looking for, right? You have more to offer than you think a lot of times. And again, it helps you grow. The more you get in front of people, the more that you grow. All right. That also can lead into doing our presentations for prospects. Now, when people start doing that at first, we do try to make sure that an experienced presenter is signed into that meeting, so that if something, if you feel like something's going wrong and you need help, or also for the Q&A portion, there's someone there. But becoming a leader really helps with those things. Doing the trainings, doing the presentations, plugging into our team. All right. The other thing too, a great way to mentor is leading by example. Show up for the trainings yourself. Everybody can always learn something new. Even if you attend a training you've been to before, Lynette attends my trainings all the time that she's been to before. And she's like, I always learn at least one new like nugget of information, because we don't always say the same things, right? So continue learning so that you can continue teaching and mentoring. All right. So doing trainings just doesn't mean just leading them. It means going to them yourselves. Plugging into team check-ins. Maybe you're available when we have Q&A and quote help. Even if you don't have a question, plug in. Show up and show people, I'm not afraid to keep learning, right? Or maybe someone asks a question that the person running Q&A, they haven't done before, but you have. Say, hey, you might not know the answer, but I've done that. Let me help out. You're not technically running that training, but you're still helping our team because you knew the answer, right? All of these things set you up as a leader on our team. And when people see you in those trainings, setting examples, doing trainings, helping on Discord and on our Facebook chat, answering questions, they now know, wait, that's somebody I can turn to. And that's what a leader is. Okay. You don't officially have to hit silver status to be showing leadership on our team. Those things are going to help as well. Right. I'm going to continue going through these. And then, I'm going to show stuff on my own pages that I'm not going to have recorded. But the other things we can do is we can check out other leaders. We like to do some detective work on this team and see what people from other teams are doing. Right. I look at that, top evolutioners when you scan to the bottom of our back office and see whose names are showing up there. I'm going to tell you right now, the first 3 spots right now are Courtney Sharples. And that's one of them's just her, and 2 of them are like her and I believe her husband. What's she doing? I'm going to Google her, see if I can find her on places people are posting jobs. What's she doing? And how can I make that happen? Look for those other leaders. Search for jobs on LinkedIn that people have posted for travel agents. See which ones are getting a lot of hits, right? We can check out what other people are doing. We can spy on other teams, right? Not really spy, but you know what I mean, right? We can look and see, because yes, we want to stand out as who we are, and what our team has to offer. But it never hurts to copy the right cat that's getting results either. Because we can't teach people to be agents. We can't get them signed up as agents unless we get them to see the opportunity. So if we can find ways that people are getting people to see the opportunity that maybe we haven't thought about, that we can now think outside the box, we can do that as well. All right. I'm going to pause our recording.